What's up, guys? It's Andrew. This is the Grow Real Estate Podcast, and today I'm going to be talking about the importance of setting proper priorities in your life and business, but more so, why it's so important to have those priorities in the right order. So today's episode is called The Law of Priority, and I'm excited just to dive into this one, so let's grow. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to become overwhelmed by the numerous demands placed on our time and resources. Without proper priorities, we risk spreading ourselves too thin and not achieving our goals. That's why it's essential to understand how to set priorities and manage our time effectively. First, let's define priorities. A priority is something that is considered more important than other things and, as a result, deserves our attention and resources. When setting priorities, it's crucial to identify the most important tasks or goals and focus on those. This approach will help you achieve your goals and avoid wasting time on less important tasks. So how do you set proper priorities in your life and business? Here's some essential steps. First, you've got to list the most important priorities in your life in order of importance. Now, I'm going to share mine with you in just a minute to give you some examples for how to accomplish this. Next thing you got to do is prove those priorities in real ways. This means you've got to walk the walk. There's no lip service here. You have to be intentional in taking action in each of these areas of your life. The third thing you need to do is prepare to protect those priorities for the rest of your life. Now, I'm going to frame this one out in a bit when I share why it's so important to have the list of priorities in your life in the right order. But let me give you some ideas here on actually creating your list by sharing the list of priorities I'm focused on in my life. It looks something like this: God, myself, my spouse, my children, my church, extended family and close friends, my work and career, my hobbies, and other interests. Now, you'll notice that work and career fall almost all the way down the list. This is counterintuitive for a lot of people who are super driven towards success in their business. And I'll be honest with you, I felt the same for a very long time. However, as I've stayed committed to these priorities, I've actually increased the bandwidth I have for focusing on my business. In fact, I feel that I've got plenty left in the tank for more to come. Again, your list might look different than mine, and that's okay. The point here is you need to list out the priorities in your life and rank them in order from most important first. So now that we've established proper priorities in our lives, let's dig a little deeper to discuss why having those priorities in the right order is so important. And this will help set the context for point 3 that I mentioned earlier in the importance of protecting your list of priorities at all costs. With all of life's demands bearing down on you, it's critical that you prepare to protect them from unwanted intrusions. The key here is being intentional with your actions. You see, that list of priorities you established, those are good things. And most people in the world probably share very similar priorities in their own lives. The problems arise from those priorities, those good things, being out of order. So one way to understand the necessity of maintaining the proper order of priorities is to look at your time and energy as if they were money. As money's obviously a limited asset for most of us, it's easy to understand that you must learn to budget if you want to get the best, most necessary use of your money. If you have money left over after handling the necessities in your life or business, and that could be food, bills, payroll, etc., then you can afford some luxuries. The same holds true if money is tight. In that context, it wouldn't be wise to spend the money you have on luxuries and non-essentials first before paying your bills, would it? Well, your time and energy have to be budgeted just as you do your money. The point is, whatever is on the top of your list of priorities, that's where your time and energy go first. Now, for me, that's God. As He's the most important priority in my life, He should get the best of my time and energy. Then I can focus on myself, my spouse, my children, etc. Again, I know this might feel uncomfortable as you're trying to figure out where your real estate business fits into the model of your life. I just know for me, if I'm not first grounded in God, I'll have a very hard time being focused on improving myself physically, spiritually, mentally, then I certainly won't be able to be present and in peak state for my wife or my children. And I know if I'm not good in those areas, it will certainly impact the ability I have to make myself available to my church, my friends, or my work. However, having my life's priorities established and in the right order, my capacity will increase and I'll be able to show up and take on in all of those areas with room to grow. In conclusion, by establishing the right priorities in your life, proving them in real ways, again, that taking action and protecting them at all costs, you can make the most of your time and resources. Remember, your time and energy is valuable, so make the most of it by setting the right priorities. Guys, if anything resonates, I'd love to connect with you. You can book a call with me at the link in the show notes. In the meantime, I'm praying blessings over your family and I'm praying blessings over your business.